How's it going, you beautiful bastards? Welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out and doing something a little bit different than what I normally do. And what I will be doing today is actually reviewing a Suicide Boys album. Now, I am a massive fan of Suicide Boys, Ruby and Scrum. I am a bigger fan of these dudes than life itself, you feel me? I love these guys more than I love myself, and honestly, I know it's cliche to say, but they've saved me more than I can imagine, and I wouldn't give them all the credit. I mean, some credit is due to me as well, I'd say, and I believe they would agree on that. But what I would say is that these guys have really helped a lot throughout my life, especially the past couple of years, especially 2024. It was a wild year, and these guys truly carried it. My Spotify Wrapped proved that. But anyways, we're gonna start off and we're gonna review an album from them, okay? So here they are, and we're gonna maybe hopefully turn this into a little series, because Suicide Boys is, like I said, something that I'm very passionate about. I am obsessed with these guys. I'm obsessed with their music. I have literally heard all of their songs that are online, that are available, even the ones that have leaked. I have literally way too much knowledge about these guys that I consumed over the past 2 years. I just had I remember 2 years or 3 years ago when I started listening to them, I was like, wow, how could anybody memorize these long ass song titles? How could anybody remember what songs they actually like from these guys? You know, they've got so many nicknames and references and everything. How does this all make sense? But now here I am 2-3 years later, and literally everything, it all makes perfect sense. These two artists are just truly geniuses in the rap genre, or the trap, underground, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we're gonna start off with their first album available on Spotify, and that is going to be Kill Yourself Part 7? Yeah, Kill Yourself Part 7, the Fuck God Saga. So here we have 7 songs to choose from. We have a few to start off with. I'm going to probably listen to them and speed it up a bit, or maybe instead of doing that, because I've already listened to all of these songs, I just want to review them and talk about them individually. So I'm basically going to give myself a little refresher by playing a song, and then I'm going to talk about it and give my opinion on it. I do have to say that I'm no music critic. I'm not an expert when it comes to music or anything. I don't know anything really when it comes to that. I'm just going to give my honest opinion on the song, what I think about it, and why I think it's great, because most of their songs are great. There are only literally less than 5 songs that are actually horrible, but we'll get into those in the future. Let's start off with Where's Your God, okay? So obviously this is going to get copyright claimed, so I'm going to have to be very careful about how I play this, quite literally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn down my volume a bit on my headset. I'm going to turn that down, and then I'll just mute it in the video, and I'll put an instrumental of something in the background, Suicide Boys related. Okay, so this is Where's Your God. Turn it down a little bit more. That's turning it up. I'm baked right now. Okay, Where's Your God? How many plays does this have? 13 million plays. That is insane. Okay, so I know this song, and I love this song. This is such a good song. I mean, everything from the intro. Oh my god, this is just... Oh. Okay, so Where's Your God is a really, really good song. I think it's one of the first songs that a lot of people got into from the boys, or by the boys. And overall, I'm giving that song a solid 9.5 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. The reason that I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 is because it is just... It's peak. It's peak. Everything from the chorus, the choir, that's the word I'm looking for, the choir intro, to the verses from Scrim, it's insane. It's truly on fire. And then when Ruby comes in with his part as well, I believe. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's a masterpiece. 9.5 out of 10. Truly a great song. A bit dark. A lot of of the newer fans, especially the religious ones, might look at something like this at first glance, especially the title, and they'd be like, nah, that's a bit on the gray line, you feel me? But I mean, that's kind of what Suicide Boys is. They are on the thin gray line. Pun not intended. So that's Where's Your God, 9.5 out of 10. Then we've got VII. I think that's how I pronounce that. It might be 777 666. Wait, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's 666. I'm baked right now. I remember the song now. It's literally 666 VVV. And I'm gonna recap real quick with it. Oh yeah, me, I worship that. Oh yeah, I remember this sample. I remember looking into this sample as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is a really good song. Oh, this is also featuring, is that Germ? Wait, no, I think this is Ramirez. That's gotta be Ramirez. Yeah, I think that's Ramirez with them on that song over there. That's a really good song. Also carried 2023 for me and 2024 as well. Big carry, big props to that song. The chorus, or I think it's the chorus, maybe the choir, you know, the part where they sample it. Me, I worship him. You see that part? It can get a little bit repetitive since it's heavily overused in the song. Almost like the sample in the song Woe, I'm Woeful. If any of the G59 gang members, if any of y'all are watching this, then you will know that song, you know, Woe, I'm Woeful. It's also a little bit repetitive. It doesn't mean it's a bad song, it's a great song, but it's just like the sample gets a little bit repetitive. Same thing over here, but I guess that's kind of something that adds to it as well. It's kind of unique. I mean, if you're listening to this baked right now like I am, then it's amazing, you know, that chorus, it kind of flies by, but you're really like consumed by it as well, if that makes sense, consumed by the sound. But yeah, that's a really good song as well. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go ahead and call it great. I think that it's a great song. The next song we've got to work with, and this is actually one of my favorite Suicide Boys songs. I mean, there are a lot of favorites, like I have hundreds of favorites songs from the boys, but this is one that it really got me into them, especially their darker stuff. This one is called No Oxygen, I believe. I'm not sure. It might be Noxygen, but I just call it No Oxygen, but it might be Noxygen. I'm not sure. And this song is a masterpiece. Like, I actually want to cry every time I hear it. Just like, not necessarily tears of sadness, but tears, not necessarily tears of joy either, kind of like tears of rage, you know. It's just something about the song. The devil told me never take a trip down memory lane. Not blaming Satan, blame the game for making me drain the stain. I was brought here just so I can fuck up and then die. Sweet suicide, I wanna be crucified. Oh, that's a fire song. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It could have been a little bit longer. I feel like that song should have been like 4 minutes long. But I mean, they rarely do songs that long. So overall, that's a 10 out of 10 song. The Russian sampling, like in the end of the voices, you know, you can hear that. Ruby's verse is just absolute fire. Like, when he was writing, the paper and the pen, it literally caught fire while he was writing that. I understand, like, if you were to ask them today what they would think of something as old as this, they would probably say they did a lot of it for like shock value and, you know, kind of like, yeah, shocking content, you know, just for the sake of it being edgy, you know, just for the sake of being edgy. But I think that this is like one of the realest songs that they got out there, and especially when it comes to the dark side of the boys, you know, the religious part where they used to hate on it. Now they're kind of like, once again, on a like gray line with it. I mean, Scrim's Christian, Ruby is still the same. So I don't know, back here they were just really still like pressuring on the fact that they really hated like organized religion and shit. And this song is like peak in that genre of them, in that little subgenre of them. So No Oxygen, I'm giving it a solid 10 out of 10. Great song. Then we've got, oh, this is another fucking banger, bro. Grey Boys. I already know that title. Oh yeah, I got these wicked ways. Oh, this is such a good song as well. Well, let me get a little recap. So fucking wicked. Oh. That's a great song. Also a very nostalgic song for me from them. Also probably one of like the first ones that I got into, along with No Oxygen. And that one's also very dark, very aggressive, you know, just really makes, I don't know, it's kind of like an eerie vibe, but it really like makes your blood boil in a sense. Not like their album Live Fast Die Whenever, you know, with Travis Barker. But it just, there's something about this, like they just don't do it exactly like this anymore. Nobody does it like this anymore. This was very rare and unique. But that song overall, Grey Boys, gets an 8.5 out of 10, I would say. Maybe a 9. I low-key want to give it a 9. It's something between an 8.5 and a 9. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up and give it a 9. I'm giving that song a 9. It's great. I love it. Then we've got Crucify Me Wearing Tommy. I think this would probably be one of the more controversial ones on this album over here, or on this saga, because I don't remember, like I remember how I got into it. I remember it took me a very long time to actually like this song. I had to listen to it over and over again before I eventually got into it. And when I did get into it, now I love it. You know, now it's good. But I do think that it's like the least, like one of the least better songs on this saga. And that doesn't mean it's bad. I think that it's a solid... Wearing dummy, oh, black with the goons behind me. Okay. I'm gonna give that one a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's really close to an 8 though. It's really close to an 8. But Crucify Me Wearing Tommy is getting a 7.5 out of 10. I really like the lyrics and the premise and everything. I just think that back then, like specifically with this song, it just felt kind of off. You know, it just, I don't know, it wasn't as good, you know, compared to Grey Boys or No Oxygen and everything. Then we've got a Book from the Dead. Oh, Back from the Dead. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm as blind as a bat. The cataracts, you feel me? Back from the Dead. This one sounds so familiar. Wait. Oh yeah, Back from the Dead. Yeah. I remember it now. Okay. Hey. Yo, yeah, that's fire. That's fire. Okay. So Back from the Dead gets, I'm gonna say, an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna say it's slightly better than Crucify Me Wearing Tommy. It's almost in the same ballgame as Crucify Me Wearing Tommy, but it's just a little bit better. I think that's kind of like what they went for with the previous track. And then we have the bonus track, which is the 3333333 rare 96 bootleg cassette Reptresize. I have no idea, but this, I remember this one's a bit rough, like just rough on the ears, but I like the lyrics. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Even though it's really raw and gritty, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Something about it, the lyrics, just the execution of it, you know, the way that it's so raw, it just feels like off. It feels menacing, kind of like a very horrorcore like genre song, and that's why I like it. I mean, it's a great song, especially for a bonus track. That has been 7 tracks for the first saga, at least, available on Spotify for the boys. I know that there was a lot prior to that as well, and we'll get into that in the future, but I'm going to cover all of the ones on Spotify first, and then I will see what I missed, and you guys can help me out below in the comments if you enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm very passionate about the boys, and I'm also very passionate about this album. I'm going to give this album overall I want to say an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's solid for this album. I mean, it does have Where's Your God, 666, No Oxygen, and Grey Boys. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. The Fuck God Saga is an 8.5 out of 10. An exceptionally great album. I do think that it missed once or twice, but I still think that it didn't necessarily miss to the point where any of the songs are bad. It's just some of them are better and some of them are worse. They're all still good though. They're all still like above 7 points, so they're all still great songs. I'm gonna give it a total of 8.5 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna give the Fuck God Saga. I think that it's still really good. I think that it was one of their first great sagas, you know, like for one of their first sagas, I think that it was really great. And I think this is kind of like how they sensed back then that they're going in this direction, they're going in the correct direction, you know, all of the dark lyrics and the like, it's kind of like eerie beats and everything like that, and especially the repetitive beats. or repetitive chorus sample, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, great album. I definitely recommend checking it out if you're a fan of the boys, especially if you're new and getting into them. And if you want to see more videos like this where I review albums, I also want to review songs, some of their underrated songs like Dipped in Gold, Hotline. I want to do stuff like that as well. I want to cover that. I want to maybe like make reaction videos to that or something. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments what y'all would like to see me do next. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all again in the next video. Peace out.